Yeah.
Tell me about your road time in this campaign, because some people have money and can fly around the state.
Well, I've been accused of flying, but it's really a Dodge pickup.
Right.
I've put just about 50,000 on since Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And a set of tires. So we're doing great, but I needed to be home. I'm actually still working.
Yeah.
So I had reports to get out and things to do with my staff, so I couldn't take even a few more hours on the road. I had to get home that evening.
Since you started your campaign, you had a definite message going into it. Has anything changed about that? Any new focus at all, or anything that you see as urgent?
Well, the same things are urgent. The things that pushed me out even in 2010 have now gone critical. Since 2010, the EPA has decided they can take over Wyoming. They can threaten citizens without any response from the present administration. So I warned about those things in 2010, and now they've gone critical. But they're the same issues. They're the same problems that haven't been addressed. Lack of understanding, or lack of willingness to enforce the Constitution, lack of willingness to engage the tribal leaders, for instance, with respect. The governor has to talk to their leaders. You don't send an underling to talk to the head of a tribe.
Right.
You go leader to leader.
Well, and that you're talking about Riverton, Wyoming, and what the EPA has done this. Would you deal with the EPA on that, or would you deal with the tribe, or how would you?
Both.
Yeah.
EPA is simple. First, they don't take any official action in Wyoming and avoid jail. They got a choice. They can try to enforce something and they're going to jail.
Right.
Or they can just stay out of Wyoming. I would engage the tribe to see what their issues are.
Right.
What are your problems? What is it that you want? What is it that where you feel neglected or disrespected? But you do that face to face, leader to leader.
I was kind of curious when you said that the EPA could be arrested. One of the things I'd asked Andy Johnson when I was down celebrating 4th of July at his pond is how much support he would get from his local sheriff. The current local sheriff, he said he doesn't expect any. Would you think you would have the support of most of the sheriffs in the counties around Wyoming if you had to deal with the EPA?
They don't have a choice if they take the oath to uphold and defend the Constitution. They got two choices as well.
Yeah.
They can uphold their oath or they can have jail food. You see, once we take the oath, we're bound by that. And under Title 18 Statutes U.S. Code, you can be prosecuted for violating the oath. And the oath, for instance, in Andy's case, says that the sheriff must quickly and efficiently move to protect his God-given rights. And if the sheriff doesn't do that, he's violated his oath, so he's up on charges for false swearing in Wyoming and for violating his constitutional oath.
Okay.
It's not a club. They don't have to like me or even agree with me. If they take the oath owns them. It owns me.
Right. Do you find that, I know there are certain counties I go into and I see Taylor Haynes signs all over the place. Do you find that it's pretty well evened out across the state, or do you have hot spots and cold spots?
Well, it's hard to tell because signs are pretty much ubiquitous around the state, but in the really large areas, we don't have the whole town covered yet. Yeah. But we're working on it.
Okay.
And the response has been just really gratifying and overwhelming almost. You know, you want that response, but then when it's there, you can barely believe that the people finally get it. Right. And now in town halls, I'm not teaching the Constitution anymore. I am answering questions about the Constitution, and we can go into more depth in Constitution case law. So in 4 years, there has been a quantum leap in knowledge and understanding in the general public of what needs to be done.
Now, you said you put a new set of tires on your vehicle. Governor Meade does have a pretty big war chest compared to you. That means a lot of road time.
Yeah, well, you know, and I don't worry about money at all. Wyoming is a people place. I'm a people person. And my job is to get the message to as many people as possible. And by the grace of God, I've been able to do that.
Are you going to be able to debate them at some point? Is there going to be a debate?
Tuesday night.
Okay.
Here in Casper at Casper College at 7 p.m. It's on K2 TV. I think it's KWLY, something like that. K2 TV, sponsored by them, Casper Star, and Casper College. Hopefully it'll be live streamed as well. So yeah, it's our first debate.